Hi everybody, welcome to Big OGGIE Golf. Welcome to Hale Golf and Driving Range. We are in one of their brand new fitting and coaching bays. It's a brilliant little facility they've got here now. And we're here with Neal Allen because we are going to ask some questions that have been given us from various followers of the channel about Neal Allen and his 4x40 series. So I said I've got loads of different ones, so we're going to let Neal carry on and hit some balls. Get a bit warmed up, and then we'll ask you questions as you practice.
Go for it. Let's see what they come up with. It's always daunting with a Q&A. You never know what's coming.
That's the thing. I do love a little Q&A. Right. So your first question, because basically 3 people at the same time on Twitter all said the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So Lad Golf has said, what has been the foundation to getting your handicap down? Also, he's asking for practice, swing faults, getting in the zone, etc. Okay, also, can I add trying to play well while filming has its challenges, so kudos for that.
It does, definitely.
We know that. Yeah. Steve Williams is, what are you going to do when you get down to 4 Leicester? Because Leicester Barnes has just asked you a question, this is the same one, which is, what is your plan when Neal reaches a 4 handicap? Is it to turn pro? And if so, what does he intend to do with that?
I mean, when I get to 4, I'd ideally, if you're going sort of working back in the golf industry, but at 4 you can obviously do the PGA route, which is something I would look at doing. It's something I've wanted to do for years, but never really had opportunity. Didn't really get myself into it. Didn't get my act together and tried to do it. So yeah, I think that'd be the way forward. Forming is something I'd love to do. Okay,
because you did do like little bits of shop work.
Yeah, I've done
for
shop
a couple
work.
of pro shops before. Yeah. But you didn't need to be a pro for that, did you? No,
that was just sort of your sales work. I mean, there was another shop I worked in where it wasn't a pro shop, it was like a little unit, but we did sort of custom fitting and custom build clubs.
So you've got a kind of a background knowledge of golf and that kind of situation, really, I guess.
I worked in the industry from when I was 16 to like 23, and I've always sort of kept my fingers in it, and that's sort of the career path I'd like to take.
Going back towards those sort of questions then, so, okay, like I said, you could work in a shop, you could work in a pro shop now, you're earning a lot more money doing what you do, but you could do that now. So is the 4 figure because of trying to get the PGA professional qualification, or is it mainly, I guess, for a personal thing, because it gives you a target to get to for your own life?
I mean, it gave me the target to get to, and obviously it opens up the PGA door to go through and do that. So if I don't do the PGA route, it gives you the opportunity to go sort of the low amateur stuff, so you end up trying to get in the county teams and stuff. So just sort of trying to open my door to more golf, basically.
Yeah, okay. So let you carry on, we'll move on to another question.
No worries.
Okay, question number 2, or 4, depending on how many people you want to discuss.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get this question fairly regularly in this whole batch, but this is from David Jones, again on Twitter.
Yep.
I suppose my question would be, what part of his game is he most concerned about? And by the way, is Chris Gill a wizard?
A wizard, well.
Bit of a warlock, I know.
He has been showing some magic, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I think really consistency has been holding me back a lot. So consistency throughout the bag, definitely from like 150 yards in, I've not been quite as zoned on the greens, I've been very wayward, so I've had to sort of rely on my short game. But then that in turn could improve. So I think there's multi-facets of the game that do need working on.
I think your short game, when I played you, your short game saves you a lot.
The short game's been good.
Your iron work from 120, 130 yards out isn't as good.
No.
That's why your short game has to be really good.
I say hitting the greens more. I mean, there's stats out there for what handicap levels sort of hit greens percentage-wise and what distances they're hitting percentage-wise on the green. But yeah, I just definitely need 150 yards in. I need to be hitting it on the green every time, really.
Okay, or a lot more than you are now to get to the level you want.
Yeah, more than I am now.
Okay, so in answer to a slightly different question, but it kind of works on from that one. to get from the level you are now to where you want to be, Kevin Moore, lovely Kevin Moore, Ferry at the golf day, with Dan Hendrickson, lovely Liverpudlian Kev.
Yeah.
Can you ask him what his lowest round is, please, John, and what's his average score? I'm assuming he shoots below 80 most rounds.
I wouldn't say 80.
People are asking about your handicap.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say 80 most rounds. Currently the index is 9.6. It was 8.6, but when I shot, I had an absolute nightmare round, and it went up. I mean, the lowest round I've shot a, I think it was 72, which was a good sort of 15 years ago or so.
Well, I looked on the England app, and that, to be honest, that was rubbish, because you got 5 scores on it from numerous years, including the one where you absolutely were pants the other week when you said. But I think one was 85 and the rest were kind of low 90s. But yeah, you obviously need to, and I know you play better than that, but we haven't really been recording that sort of stuff. No,
I say at the moment, a lot of what I have been doing is a lot of range work, just trying to groove in what Chris has been teaching me. And we are getting there now, and it's once the summer or the spring starts to come and courses get a little bit more playable to shoot a score, rather than wet, boggy, and...
I think that's what winter's for. Winter is to hone down a lot of those mistakes, and then you're also going to know that when you're playing in winter, I found out the other day, even just hitting a ball about myself. The distances aren't as good, you're not going to get any rollouts or anything. It's trickier to score a low score in winter.
It is. I mean, on the flip side of that, you can attack more, you can fly at pins easier, but from sort of a, you're not going to go out and shoot a career best round in 3-degree temperature that we've got today, for example. No,
we're not dragons. It is very cold in here today.
So today, well, I think really trying to get the game from the range to the course by March, and then hopefully get out and get some scores shot, see where we're standing then. That's better.
Okay, so an interesting question from Arsenal for Life 1971 off of Instagram. He's saying, hi guys, what do you practice the most, and do you warm up before playing and practice? Because we don't when we film. There's a bit of a laugh that we don't.
I mean, generally when we turn up to do a course vlog, it is literally out of the car, get a buggy, everything on the buggy, go.
Yeah, but that's because we're pressured for time, and it's just a bit of a kind of traditional thing now that we just.
Sometimes we are lucky and we do get to hit a couple of balls in the net first, but generally his first tee shot is first ball of the day. I've
noticed on the lessons that you have. You know, Chris has said, go out to the net, have a little warm up.
Get the body loose, Do
you find, I'm going to walk off behind camera, do you find that when you do proper rounds, like when we're not filming, when you're at your course, do you do a bit of warm up first?
Yeah, we've got a practice net over at West Cornwall. I usually use that for a few balls, just to get the body loose, get the swing going.
Do you think it's just swinging the club helps that, or would you actually think about doing some actual exercises in the say of changing the ball before you go? I
need to start doing some loosening exercises before I play. I'm not getting any younger, and I need to get the body moving.
We're both kind of built heftily.
I'm not the slightest person in the world, but
flexibility is key, especially in cold conditions. I am going to speak to a golf performance coach that I know in Devon, and we're going to probably do a little video about how to warm up before you play golf. But the thing is, I think they're going to be quite extreme, because most people don't warm up for 25 minutes or whatever. So you kind of will take the video and you'll pick pieces of that like everyone would. I mean, if I play in sort of your normal roll up Wednesday medal, I'll hit a few balls in the net. If it's a slightly bigger competition, I'll go to the practice range and I'll hit 15, 20 balls just to sort of get an idea where the swing is. Is that it? Right. You can carry on if you wish. I'm just reading at the same time. I'm kind of listening with one ear.
Trying to think why there was another part of that question, I think, wasn't there? What I was practicing, I've been practicing a lot, most recently on sort of 7-iron, 8-iron wedge. Just literally grooving in what Chris has said. Well, this is what was going to be the next question. Neal Walker from up near Exeter, we're going to put him on the channel. Morning, John. Would be good to know how often Neal is playing and practicing per week. At the moment, I'm practicing 2 to 3 times a week. So getting on here at the range, or here at the range, or over at West Cornwall. But I say at the moment it is literally range work. So I'm hitting balls at target on a target line. So not necessarily going for greens, going for targets. So it's just grooving at the moment, all the work that I'm doing with Chris to get the swing right. And I think we've got a few bits to go as well.
The lessons have been going really well, because I've watched all of them.
Yeah.
And I watch them a lot over the edit, and you ask for bits and pieces of a video privately afterwards, so I can keep doing checking stuff. And right now, certainly with your iron work, it's like now they're going to hone down a little bit. You've got rid of the major fault that you were kind of had.
We've worked on one bit, the takeaway. We've got that done. We then worked on getting the body turning more. We've got that done. Now it's working on getting it more on plane on the way back. We've done that, so I'm working on that now to build that in with the rest. So rather than trying to do a whole new swing in one lesson, we're just breaking it down over the different lessons to try to get one bit done right, and then you work on the next bit and then the next bit.
Here's a question from me, kind of around that same area, because quite often I'll message you and go, you're having a lesson tomorrow, what are you going to be learning? And you say, I'm not sure, I'm going to speak to Chris, and I'll contact Chris, and you go, I'm not sure, I want to find out what Neal wants to do. So as a student, do you think you should be, student-led or tutor-led? Is what you want to do?
I think Chris has got an idea of what he wants in the big picture. Okay. So I don't know if he's asking what I want to do maybe in between. If, for example, I've played around and my chipping was off, to do maybe a chipping lesson to break up from doing long game lessons. But I think maybe a little bit more proactive on my sort of side to go, right, can we work on this? I did go to him with a little list for the last lesson.
You did actually have a list. Because I don't hear the bit when you're in the buggy driving down to the practice area. I'm setting up cameras, and you're obviously discussing more of a personal issue about what's happening to your game. And we haven't done any videos with Chris yet about like bunkers or putting or short game. So you're going to do those as specific lessons?
We're going to do those, specific lessons. But yeah, so normally on the buggy down, as for example, the last lesson, I said I've got an issue transitioning between mat and grass. So that was one of the things he had a little look at. But I say, we're going to do some short game lessons, definitely. Get Chris to look at my short game, see what he thinks, and see if he can see anything that needs real improvement.
Sounds good to me. I'm also going to be doing some lessons for Chris. People were asking the other day, why isn't Chris your coach OGGIE? And I said, well, I'm doing stuff with Dan, but Dan's very busy, so I'm going to do stuff with Chris as well. Yeah. And we're going to do a series of videos with Chris purely about starting from scratch, like the absolute basic, because I just kind of feel right now, maybe I need to start from scratch. Get rid of every bad thing and right from the start.
It couldn't hurt to go through, your basics, your grip, your posture. Just a back to basics.
See what happens. Yeah. So Scott Baird on Instagram, Scott Baird 7593. Is Neal planning on getting new clubs this year?
I'm going to let Chris decide when.
Okay. I know you've been thinking of it for a while.
I have been thinking of it. But it's going to be down to getting the swing right first. There's no point getting fitted for clubs if the swing's going to change. So I was using the ping irons, which we went out and did an on-course lesson, and Chris could see that they just spin up too much with the shaft. He did
originally advise, because you're on the Slazengers still using those?
Back on the Slazengers again now.
He did advise a while ago to change back. You change back.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, because the shaft in the Slazengers is slightly heavier, so it's going to stop the ball spinning up so much. The pings, as I said, they were getting very balloony, and he was like, that's not really going to help much with sort of your confidence in the course, because you're going to think your swing isn't doing it right. So we've gone to the heavier shaft back in the Slazengers, try to get the swing grooved, and then go from there and see if, what changes would need to be done in equipment.
Okay, so we're going to let you hit a few more balls because it's getting very cold in here. I'm going to move the camera around a bit.
Yep. I would be looking at changing the irons just for something a little bit more suited and more fitted. But when I hit them like that, I'm thinking, that's good.
That's the thing, isn't it? And you just want to do more of that, don't you?
Yeah.
Like we said, consistency is key, and I think, so from my position in golf right now is, and you'll see it on the videos at Tregenna, admittedly that was the first golf I played all season, there'll be a duff shot and then you walk up like 20 yards up to the next one and just hit it really well. Yeah. Go, why did I do that first time? And it's the same shot, literally. It's just consistency. So, John Eva, there's a whole gang of Buccaneer questions.
Yeah.
What areas of his game are costing him the most shots at present, and how does he think he's going to improve them?
Definitely losing shots left and right. Predominantly it was left into greens. I'd probably miss a green 20 yards left.
Yeah,
and that would cripple me a lot. So I've worked with Chris, and we've tried to get rid of that left shot. So hopefully now, it's one side of the course.
That seems to be working, doesn't it? If you've got a one-sided miss.
Yeah, if you miss it one side, you know that on a bad day, you can aim it down the left, and at worst case scenario, you're in the right rough. You know, rather than 40 yards left or 20, 30 yards right. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the question I'm going to quickly ask, because it was kind of discussed before when I spoke to Dan about you and obviously Chris, before you were having these lessons, and you've seen it on some of the videos we did, like China Fleet, when we did China Fleet. Course management.
Yeah.
Obviously we played, our problem is when we film, one, there's cameras, two, it takes 6 hours or more to film things, so it's not like playing proper golf anyway, you stop and start, which isn't good. But it's also the course management thing. You hammered a ball into a green where it was never going to hold, and it dragged down off some big slope into the bushes. If you knew the course more, you would have plotted where you're going to put the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's going to be another lesson with Chris. Probably go around Nuki for a few holes and get into a position and sort of see if we can come up between us and what the right shot to hit is, and what I think it is, what he thinks it is, and
I think that's it. I think you need to play with better players. Sorry, you do, because you will learn from them how they're plotting a shot.
Oh no, definitely. I do agree that. I mean, back when I was younger, I was playing with a lot of sort of 1, 2, 3 handicappers, and you'd see the shots they'd hit, and you'd see the sort of the lines they'd take. So yeah, definitely agree that would help the game in the long run. Okay,
but so another question slightly about that then is, this is the first one for me. Your circumstances have changed slightly. You've moved from Penzance to another, so just a few miles down the road, but it's slightly different. Are you thinking of changing courses? Are you going to get used to one course all the time?
At the moment, staying at West Cornwall.
Okay.
I'm what's called a lifestyle membership there. Okay. So I've got so many rounds to use a year. Some have rolled over, so I've got a fair few rounds to get through the remainder of this season, then next season. And I'll just go from there really, and just see how the game's feeling. And
I just think we've had this question kind of before.
Yeah.
If you want to lower a handicap, certainly with my situation, do you go for a more playable, slightly more forgiving course, or do you find a tough course and learn to just play really well on a really hard course?
I mean, I've spoken to Dan about this, and he said that West Cornwall, my handicap's going to get better at West Cornwall because of the type of course it is. I mean, it's not an easy course by any means. No. You've got to sort of plot your way around, and you've got to hit it into certain places. It's
not the longest course, but it's definitely a plotting kind of course.
Yeah, you've got to hit it in the right areas to get a score going there.
But of course, I know people that have played one place all their life. Their handicap goes down really well because they know every lump and bump. And
exactly, yeah.
Even if they miss it, it's going to roll down towards the green or something.
But if you play, as I always said, if you play good golf at West Cornwall, it'll set you up to play anywhere. You've just got to look at some of the quality of players that have played there through sort of junior life and gone on to do other things. And
we've got Harry Hall for now.
Harry Hall, playing on Corn Ferry Tour. You've got Phil Rowe, who's a coach at is it UNLV?
I think so. Yeah, the Las Vegas College.
So some good players that come out of the club, and let's say transferring from quite a difficult course to other courses might help me.
Okay. Right. So. Okay, Simon Thorpe, who is another one of the Buccaneers. I'm walking back and forth the camera. I am on the camera occasionally. I am here, honestly.
Yeah, he's there.
Golf is a sport which is tough, but we all play to get better, but have fun with friends as well. With the added pressure of trying to seriously get his handicap down to a professional single-figure type golfer, is he still able to enjoy playing? Amazingly tough to get all the aspects of the game working at the same time, but I am backing Neal all the way. But we know Simon's going to back everybody, so he's lovely.
It's a good question, because you're trying to do something well, and it's frustrating if you don't. But yeah, you still keep the love for the game. Is that one shot around, as I think we've said before?
I play with you a lot. You're not a club thrower.
No.
All right? You're not one of those really aggressive ones, but you are quite placid on course. And I do think sometimes you need to be, sometimes maybe you're thinking more about everyone else around you.
Yeah. It all goes on up here. Trust me, I scream at myself up here. But
it's difficult when we're filming because we try and have banter and we try and have fun. But when you're trying to get your handicap down, that will mostly be off camera.
Yeah.
When you start to play with those a 4-ball, whoever they may be, you probably can't do as much banter and fun. And I think sometimes you need a group of people who are all very committed to try and get better.
Yeah.
I've often said, I've often played with just fun golfers, so we all have fun.
Yeah.
Doesn't get my handicap any better. We're having a bit of a laugh, and they're having a bit of a laugh, and if we walk off at 13, we walk off at 13. It's that kind of situation. But you need to be around better players who want to improve at the same time.
It's tough to say you're wanting to improve, so you're getting frustrated when things go wrong. But yeah, you've just got to try to keep your cool, and you enjoy it. You hit that one great shot, you go home, you think about that good shot, and that just keeps you in that frame of mind to come back for more.
Right, one other quick question I've got for you.
Yep.
Is, I know you're on the range, doing lots of practice and stuff, and obviously you're going to West Cornwall and things practicing.
Yeah.
I believe you had a Christmas present.
I did, yeah.
You had some money and you bought
some
something.
money and put a couple of pounds in myself and treated myself to one of the Garmin R10 launch monitors.
Okay.
So I've now got productive practice, I suppose you could call it.
I think that's it. You showed me some details off of when you did a practice session at West Cornwall the other week.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see those little landing zones and everything, and see where your miss was, etc.
Yeah, start to see where, you say your landing zones are, getting the clusters there nicely. See data, play some games as well. You can play virtual courses on it, so
I suppose that's the thing. Sometimes you've got to break up your practice, make it fun,
Yeah, so I can do challenges. I mean, I can try to hit 100-yard shots with different clubs, and yeah, just trying to make the practice more productive. Okay, so we're going to hopefully get Neal to do a bit of a review on this device, because obviously I might have a go as well, but obviously it's a kind of price zone where fairly decent golfers can afford. It's not £12,000 or something like that, like a Trackman. It's something designed that you can take around with you, use it at home, use it indoors, outdoors. Okay, so we should do a separate video about that. That'd be very good. Something the consumer can use, really. So yeah, okay, yeah, but it is working. Oh, that was good. Sounded great. That was good. So, okay, one last question, and I've got one other one to go. We're obviously, it's quite a long video, but we just want to answer lots of questions, really. So the last question is from Nick Cooper. Yeah. Who said, now I'm just trying to desperately find it for you. Do you spend much time practicing chipping, putting and bunkers as opposed to just hitting lots of ball on the range? We've been discussing doing a lot of range practice right now. Yeah. I had one friend who was a 7 handicap who was fantastic at up and down from the edge of the green. I'll try to, I've been trying to break it down a little bit more, so I've been coming here having 100 balls, breaking the practice session down, and then go down to the practice area. We have got a lovely practice area here. I'll do weather range. So. I'll do either half an hour to an hour, depending on what time I've got, and I'll break that down. 20 minutes pitching around the green, 10 minutes putting, and then the next time I come back, it will be 10 minutes around the green, and then 20 minutes putting. So, yeah, just trying to work on all facets to get everything as sharp as I can. Okay, very last question. I'll say it's from me. I'm pretty sure it was from someone, but I haven't got the details on me. Was when you get down to 4, or you're really concentrating this year to get down to that level, and once you pass, once you're 4 and whatever, will you still be a Buccaneer and will you still want to take part? Definitely. God, of course. Why not? Buccaneer for life. I mean, come on. We've got people over the country just want to come and play with me, God knows why, and you do it for fun. No, I mean, yeah, definitely. So, thank you very much today for the Q&A. Have you got plans with Chris for another lesson yet, or are you going to wait for that to be booked up? No, I'm going to get that one booked with him. I'll probably get hold of him today to get that one booked in. I just try to give it a couple of weeks just to get what I'm doing working on. I think that's it. You can't just have a lesson every week, and you need to hone that thing down. Exactly, yes. Unless it's dramatically different. So it's the first time I've picked up a wood after the lesson. I've been hitting 7 irons and wedges, so now it's trying to get that feeling into the longer clubs. But yeah, get another one planned in and go from there and see if he's got any ideas for the next one, and then we'll come up with a game plan for the next lesson. Okay, so we are finishing now. Neal's going to carry on doing a bit more practice. So currently you are 9.6. 6. Yeah. Your birthday is 19th of December. Your PIN number is though, sorry. Mother's maiden name. I can tell you that there is 327 days left.
327 days from today when we film this, so the clock is ticking. I will make a little playlist of all of the Neal Allen 4x40 series with Chris Gill and myself, and any other guests who want to come and help out. And we'll start a little countdown clock.
Yeah.
Countdown clock.
Get myself focused and.
Hey, if it happens, it happens, but you're surely going to put the effort in, and I know you'll do that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just need a bit of luck, maybe not too much COVID around, decent weather, a few lucky bounces will do all right.
Yeah, a few hole putts and we'll be there.
Exactly. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe, please hit the notification bell. Come and join the friendliest golf channel in Cornwall and one in the southwest. We'll be using the whole of this practice facility a lot more on some of the videos, certainly through the winter.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And we'll be trying to find some courses, hopefully for you to enjoy, that you've not seen before, some you have seen before, and some may be near you. Bye everybody, speak soon.
Thanks for watching.